This is iOS 10, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to bypass the activation lock if your device supports iOS 10, because there's actually a glitch with iOS 10 that we can use to bypass the activation lock, and I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. It will require you to restore a brand new copy of iOS 10 onto the device, theoretically. We're going to be testing that theory later on, actually. Now, we will be using some exploits and the SSH RAM disk and all that, so if you've been watching my previous videos, you already know what that means. Windows is kind of out of the option, so if you want to do this and all you have is a Windows machine, you'll have to flash boot into Linux in order for it to work. And if you're on Linux, that also means you're going to need USB 2.0 instead of 3.0 so the exploit works. And if you're on a Mac, you're going to need USB-A because USB-C for some reason doesn't work very well putting the device in DFU mode. I have no idea why, but that's the reality. And we're going to be punching in some codes into the system. And depending on your device, it's either going to be a 32-bit device or a 64-bit device. Now, if you have a 32-bit device that's running iOS 10, it's more than likely the A6 chip. So I would highly recommend checking out my previous video on how to use Hacktivate in order to bypass your device instead of this method, because this method is quite complicated and Hacktivate is much more simple. So I would recommend checking out that video. But say you have an iPhone 5S that you can downgrade to iOS 10, which I highly recommend doing instead of iOS 12. I'll explain why later. Then you're gonna have to be entering a couple of different commands simply because this is a 64-bit device instead of 32-bit. But here's an idea if you're wondering if yours is 32-bit or 64-bit. Any device that is A6 and older is 32-bit. So that would be the iPhone 5 and any other device with the A6 chip. And any device that has the A7 chip or newer is 64-bit. So I'm going to first show you what happens when we bypass a 32-bit device, and then I'll show you the commands for a 64-bit device. So I've got my MacBook out and I've already got the lightning cable connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect my iPhone 5. As you can tell, this one has already been bypassed because I was working on it in a previous video, but it's okay. The method will still work even if your device is locked, which this one is. It's just bypassed right now. So we're going to be using a tool called the Legacy iOS Kit. And if you've been following this channel, then I'm sure you already knew I was going to say that. So go ahead and open up Terminal. Now, if you're running on a Mac, you'll have to do this command before you install the Legacy iOS Kit. If you're on Linux, you can skip it entirely. You'll have to cut and paste this command, xcode-select install. Now, I've got all the commands and links and everything I'm going to be mentioning in this video down in the description. So just cut and paste. That's going to be the easiest. But yes, if you're on a Mac, you must paste this command because it's going to install what's called command line tools, which are basically just more tools for more things. That's all you really need to know. So cut and paste this command and press return. As you can tell on my computer, it says the command line tools are already installed. That is okay. On yours, it'll just ask, are you sure you want to install the tools? You click yes and installs the end. So if you're on a Mac, make sure you get those command line tools installed. And then you can click on the link, which will take you to the Legacy iOS Kit. And we're just going to download the very first option, which has the .zip extension. We're now going to extract the zip file just like this. In the terminal window, we're going to type CD, hit the space bar, and then we're going to drag the Legacy iOS Kit folder into the terminal window just like this, and then press return. And then in order to launch the script, you're going to need to type /restore.sh, or you can just cut and paste, whichever is easier for you, and then just hit return. Now, the first time you launch the script, it's going to install what's called dependencies onto your computer, basically just little tiny tools that make the computer possible to communicate with the iPhone. Now, I've done this on Mac and it's taken me like 5 seconds, and I've also done it on Linux and it's taken me up to 15 minutes. So it really depends on the computer and what platform you're running it on, but make sure you get those dependencies installed and then the Legacy iOS Kit will continue correctly. But in order to relaunch the script after the dependencies install, you don't have to cut and paste the command every single time. A super easy trick on your keyboard is just to press the up arrow key and then hit return again. And this will redo the exact same command you just typed in. But if your device is connected correctly, which mine is in this case, then you will see the Legacy iOS Kit launch just like this. So now we're going to restore a brand new copy of iOS 10.3.4 onto this device. It might be 10.3.3 depending on yours, but that is okay. But here's the trick. The device cannot be booted after the restore, because if it is, the glitch will not work. Here's the process. In the Legacy iOS kit, we're going to choose the very first option, which is restore/downgrade. And we're going to go down to latest iOS 10.3.4. And then we're just going to choose download target IPSW. All right, and once the IPSW finishes downloading, just like this, you'll see a brand new option. Actually, you'll see two new options: start update and start restore. But for now, I'm going to choose start restore because that's what I'm going to be recommending for the majority of you guys. Now, as you can tell on my device, since I've already bypassed it, it's asking, do I trust this computer? So I'm just going to click trust. More than likely, you're not going to have that issue if it's stuck on the activation lock screen, but it might happen. But if that does happen, press trust on the phone and then just hit return on the computer, and then click yes when you're ready to send the device into recovery mode. Good news is we won't have to put it in DFU mode yet, so you can just let it do its thing, but you must keep a close eye on it though, so we can get this glitch going and we can run the exploit and bypass the activation lock. All right, the restore is almost finished, so here's what we're going to do. As soon as this screen turns off, we're going to press and hold the home button so it immediately goes into recovery mode. And there we go. Just like that, the device went into recovery mode successfully. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Because if the device restarts and then immediately starts booting for the first time, we've already missed the opportunity and we'll have to restore from scratch. Now we are going to have to move a little quickly because there is a timer on how long this thing will be in recovery mode. So we're going to go back into the Legacy iOS kit just like this. Remember the trick with the up arrow key and hit return. And now we're going to go down to useful utilities, and now we're going to go to SSH RAM disk. Now it is going to ask for the version that your device is running. We're just going to leave it blank so it uses the default RAM disk. And now we're going to put it in DFU mode. So in order to do this, press and hold the power button and the home button for 8 seconds, and then release the power button, but continue to hold the home button for another 8 seconds. If you're running on a USB-C only computer, go ahead and disconnect the phone from the computer and plug it into a wall outlet. Press and hold the buttons just like I was mentioning, and then reconnect it to your computer, and then you can hit yes on the Legacy iOS kit. But I have a USB-A computer, so in this case we're going to hit return just like this. And now following the Legacy iOS kit's timer, we're going to press and hold the power button and the home button for 8 seconds just like this. And now we're going to release the power button, but continue to hold the home button for another 8 seconds. And just like that, it's in DFU mode, so now it's going to send the SSH RAM disk. As you can tell now, we see the old Apple logo with the old progress bar. That just means the RAM disk loaded successfully. So now in the Legacy iOS kit, we're going to choose the very first option, which is connect to SSH. And once you see this, that means you have connected correctly to the SSH. So I'm going to first show you what it looks like with a 32-bit device, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like with a 64-bit device. And also guys, there's really no point doing this on a 32-bit device. You really should just use the Hacktivate option, which I mentioned in my previous video. That's just significantly easier, but I'm going to show you for all those nerds out there who want to see it anyway, so you're welcome. First, we're going to type in mount.sh. Also, once again, all these commands are in the description, so you can just cut and paste. As you can tell on mine, it says operation not permitted. We can just double check to make sure it is mounted by running the same command again. And as you can tell, mount 1 is already mounted. So that means even though we got operation not permitted, it probably just got mad at us, but it worked anyway, so all is good to go. And now we're going to cut and paste the next command, which will remove the Setup app from the phone. So now we'll just hit return again. If you get an error here, make sure the drive has actually mounted. And then we can cut and paste the last command, which is reboot_back, and hit return. This will just restart the device. And now we can just exit out of the Legacy iOS kit. And now we're going to wait for this to boot, but then instead of going to the Setup app, it should go straight to the lock screen. And there we go. It went straight to the lock screen just like we expected it to. And this device is now bypassed and ready to go. So yes, this is a super clever trick you can do with iOS 10. Unfortunately, it was patched with newer operating systems such as iOS 11, 12, and anything newer. But this is a great workaround for iOS 10 because iOS 8 and 9 really don't require all the precise timing. But for devices that are still running iOS 10, this is a great bypass. So now let's quickly cover the iPhone 5S or any other 64-bit device that has the activation lock but still running iOS 10. Like I said earlier, if you're running a device that's on iOS 12 but has the ability to be downgraded to iOS 10.3.3 natively, I highly recommend it, because there's a lot of issues with bypassing iOS 12, which I'll cover later on. But if you have the ability to downgrade to iOS 10.3.3, I highly recommend it. So in order to do it, go into the Legacy iOS kit, go to restore/downgrade, and if you have the ability to go to iOS 10.3.3, the Legacy iOS kit will show you right here. So then you'll just hit return. We'll hit download target IPSW just like we did with the iPhone 5. So now we can go down to the new option, start restore. Now for this option, pond restore option, you have the ability to use the pond restore. If it's on 12.5.8 or 10.3.3 and you're just restoring it again, you don't need to use the pond DFU mode option, and it's not really recommended anyway. So more than likely, just click no. So now we're going to send the device into recovery mode, and now we're going to put it in DFU mode just like before. And there we go. The device will go into restore mode, and the Legacy iOS kit will restore iOS 10.3.3 to the device. Make sure it does not boot after the restore finishes. So keep a close eye on it. As soon as this screen turns off, we're going to press and hold the home button. That way it goes into recovery mode. All right, the screen just turned off literally as I was about to film this. So now we're going to press and hold the home button so it goes into recovery mode. And there we go. It is now in recovery mode. We did it successfully. So now we can go back into the Legacy iOS kit, we can go back into useful utilities, and we can go back to SSH RAM disk. This time you'll be asked if you want to use iOS 12 or iOS 8, and we're using iOS 10, but the iOS 12 RAM disk works just fine with iOS 10, so that's the one we're going to use. So we'll click yes, and now we can go ahead and put the device back in DFU mode. So now I'm going to be showing the commands for 64-bit devices. Once again, it's only 3 commands to bypass the activation lock, but they are slightly different because this is a 64-bit device. So the first command you're going to cut and paste is this one, mount APFS disk 0 S1 S1 mount 1, and this is going to mount the root file system. So then you'll just press return. You'll probably see a little bit of text loading on the screen like this. And now the second command is actually exactly the same. We're going to remove the Setup app. And now the third command is sbin reboot. And then just hit return, and you can exit out of the Legacy iOS kit, and this will restart your device. So now when this device boots, it should boot directly into the iOS 10 lock screen. And there we go, the iOS 10 lock screen. It is going to get mad that it's not activated, but that's okay. But check it out. We have bypassed the activation lock on iOS 10. Okay, but now I'm going to try a rumor for newer devices that are still on iOS 10, because a lot of you guys seem to have those devices, which doesn't make me jealous at all because I don't have any. But let's just use my iPhone 5S in this example. We're going to pretend that it's still natively on iOS 10, no updates whatsoever. This is my theory. If you go into the Legacy iOS kit, you should be able to go down to data management and click erase all content and settings. And now you just hit return again. It did absolutely nothing. And we're going to try using this tool called WipeRain, and the current version supports the iPhone 6s to iOS 10, so for the iPhone 6 and 5s, we're going to have to use the beta, but for you guys, you should be able to use the stable version, which is pretty awesome. I'm going literally at less than 5 megabits per second. So now we're going to drag the folder to the desktop like this. We're going to CD into the folder, and we're going to do /WipeRain. There we go. We'll now hit enter pond DFU. So now we'll just hit start erase. We'll click OK. The iOS version is 10.3.3. That is correct. So we'll hit yes. Is your device an iPhone 5S? Yes. Please check that you have done the following. Okay, hang on. Okay, so you have to have Homebrew installed and Python installed. Okay, well those are easy. Just make sure you get both of those installed. We'll click OK. Both of them are installed for me. Please enter DFU mode now. Okay, so now we're going to enter in DFU mode real quick. Okay, we're now in DFU mode, so we'll click OK. All right, so as soon as the Apple logo appears, we're going to press and hold the home button. Oh, never mind. I've never seen this progress bar in my life. Okay, now we're going to press and hold the home button, and there we go. But as soon as that progress bar went away, the device rebooted, and I immediately went into recovery mode. So now we're going to quit 𝐻𝗋𝗋𝗋 and we're going to go back into the legacy iOS kit just like this. I'm going to go down to useful utilities, SSH RAM disk, choose iOS 12. I'm going to go back into DFU mode just like this, reconnect to the SSH, mount the drive just like before, but instead of deleting the setup app, I'm going to rename it. Because just in case this process fails, I don't want to brick this phone. Because if I delete it and then it boot loops, it's stuck forever. Whereas at least if I rename it and it boot loops, I can just put it right back and try the process over again. So now we're going to cut and paste this gigantic command that I came up with myself, you're welcome. And now we're going to reboot the device and exit out of the legacy iOS kit. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work, so let's find out. No way, that actually worked. Okay, so yes, you're going to use 𝐻𝗋𝗋𝗋 in order to bypass the activation lock. Now, I'm almost certain I just got done deleting the setup app. If I go back into 𝐻𝗋𝗋𝗋, I'm almost certain I can just directly erase the device without the setup app, and it'll go straight to the lock screen. Let me verify this real quick. We get that odd progress bar that I've never seen before. No way, that actually did work. All right, we discovered something new. That was a little bit of a messy run there, but basically you wipe the device with 𝐻𝗋𝗋𝗋, just follow the on-screen instructions like I did. As soon as you see that odd progress bar, immediately press and hold the home button and then follow the steps that I've mentioned to delete the setup app, but not actually delete it. I would recommend renaming it just in case something bad happens, and then boot back into your device. And if for some reason it boot loops, run 𝐻𝗋𝗋𝗋 one last time and it should be good to go. Well, that is everything for iOS 10. I really hope you enjoyed this video because honestly, this one was fun to film. And hopefully you can get your device that's running iOS 10 bypassed, just like I was able to bypass mine. Let me know down in the comments if you have any issues whatsoever. And if you're waiting for the newer devices, they're coming really, really soon. iOS 12, which... yeah, once we get to iOS 12, you understand why I'm stressed about that one. But then all your newer devices, iOS 15 all the way up to iOS 17-ish, and then even A12 and newer chips, I'm going to be covering them as well. But yes, we are making progress with this series, so get subscribed if you want to see your device come out soon. But that's it for this one. Now it's your turn. Go and find something to fix. Catch you guys in the next one. See you soon.